but we're specifically here for this guy. Youch! That bird was a bit tougher than I expected. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Conan Exiles for Beginners with the Gazbeard. And since the last episode, episode 18, and waiting for all of those previous 18 episodes to go live on YouTube, quite a bit's happened here at the house that Gaz built. There's the fish that we put on the wall in the last episode, and you can see immediately that I've added some angled beams. I unlocked a skill to get angled beams, just to make the place look a little bit better at that end. Unfortunately, the structure of this room doesn't really let me use them anywhere else, because they've got to go into the middle of a wall section, and if I was to use them on that wall, they would obstruct the windows. I've also got the upgraded doors. I unlocked level 2 mason, which gave me access to the improved doors. Not much changed there. There's been a few little changes down here. We finally broke that cook on the Wheel of Pain, and we've got him placed on the fire pit for now until we get the stoves unlocked and put them into place. Moved a few things here around a little bit just to accommodate him. Had to move that standing torch, for example. We've been up and defeated the Imp King again. He gave us a second iron cooking pot. Added another cupboard down here. What I've done is put all the dyes into that one and all the other alchemist materials into this one. And potions and stuff I've started putting into here. Now, one of the things that I discovered was that the yellow lotus potion, which you use to reset your skills, you can only have one of those at a time, which is why in the last episode when we made 2 of them, there was only 1 at the end of the production, and they have a very limited life availability before you can use them. You have to use them within something like about 30 seconds or they degrade and disappear, so be very careful about making yellow lotus potions. Just keep a stock of yellow lotus blossom available and only make them when you need them. Don't make them and try to store them, they will disappear. You can see we've taken a bit of damage to our armor because we've been out doing lots of things. The cleaver needs a little bit of a repair. What state is the skinning knife in? Well, I guess we should get those 2 repaired at the very least. Let's just very quickly go do that. We should have a bunch of iron sitting in here. Yes, we do. You see we've got a lot less than we had previously. We've been using it up. However, we did go get a bunch more, and we've got a bunch smelted in the furnace. That's iron. Why are they not in the same one? And we've been gradually building up our level of bricks. Regular bricks are what you use for your level 2 construction. Fire brick building pieces. The hardened bricks are for the tier 3. So these are just ones that I've looted from the Defari and others. Now the biggest changes have been out here. We've now got another archer down there, as well as this girl up here. We've got an archer up there on that new window that I built. Let's just have a quick look at that. You can see I put an Oriole style window up there, and I've put an archer in it. I've changed the orientation on the Wheel of Pain, moved the steps across to here, put these wooden spikes around it just like a fence, and we found ourselves a taskmaster. And look, of all looks, that is a named taskmaster. Yala the Scarred, I believe she's called. Yeah, Yala the Scarred. Level 4 taskmaster, busy breaking another archer for me at this moment in time. Very pretty young lady. She's at the moment, I would guess that she's probably the favourite of my thralls. Very, very pretty. Right, okay. Oh yeah, and we've added a compost heap down there, which makes use of bone meal ground in the grinder next to the big fire pit, plus plant fibre, plus ruined meat to make compost, so that we can then grow plants that we want for, let's just say that the ones that are more difficult to obtain and further away, we can put down planters, put compost in them, put the seeds from those plants into them, and we can grow our own here without having to keep running miles away up the map. You'll notice this new terrace area here with these fence toppings around. That was just to stop the shellbacks wandering up and down that slope, and also along here I've added a load of torches so we can see what's going on at night, and a bunch of those small palisades, again with a fence around them, to stop the shellbacks injuring themselves and then going on a rampage. Again, this is just preparation for when we get to the purge, and our current purge meter is sitting at about 45%, so we're still a distance away from it yet, but better to prepare early than for the purge to arrive and be unable to prepare. Now, the other thing that I did when I unlocked those angular wall pillars, the decorative pillars, I also unlocked the vertical ones, so I've put them around the top of the tower, which just gives that a better appearance. Notice that more from up here, just makes that roof look less like an umbrella and more like something that was designed to be in there. So I've still got to get some archers to go in the top of there. One of them's on the Wheel of Pain right now, and that leaves us ready to go. So what are we actually going to get up to? Well, you know, I don't honestly know. I mean, we've covered most of the basics now. We're ready to start exploring, maybe do some planting. I'm kind of stuck for what we do now. In theory, we're coming towards the end of this intro episode, this intro series, which I was hoping to run till the new year, but I need to find material for about another 25 or 26 episodes, and that's going to struggle unless we cover exploring. I know what we do need. We need feathers, because we've got to be able to make arrows. So let's go on a feather hunt. And one of the things that I showed you in an earlier episode, remember, was the crocodile skins. If we put them in the armorer's bench, we can convert them to strip skins, which means each piece of crocodile skin becomes 2 pieces of hide. So this guy's always worth taking down on the way past. Oi! Ugly! Oi! Yeah, you missed me. And we come away without repairing the skinning knife, which, oh, we did repair it. So this is going to be our primary harvesting tool this time out. A bunch of reptile skins, some feral flesh, and some fangs. I don't want that feral flesh on the ready bar. We'll put that up there. And we did take a little bit of damage there. That's just, and I've run out of steaks, so I'm having to eat fish at the moment. Right, we've got 2 exiles across there. I don't want to be griefing them, so I'm going to swim across to this point here. We'll just take a drink as we go past, top up the water skin while we're swimming. We need to eat again. And there's a red shellback. It looks like 2 red shellbacks, is it? No, just the one. He's going to get stroppy as we run past, but we can dodge him. We just do this. Just sprint along the beach a bit. I'll get rid of him. Oh, there's another crocodile. Let's have him. Get back. And the main reason I'm taking the crocodiles out is because I want all the lovely hides that they provide. Because once we start capturing and converting more archers, we're going to need them. So we're just running upriver as if we were going towards the Dafari camp. We get to this location here and suddenly we come across all of these desert berry bushes, and desert berries are something that we're going to need in quantity once we lay the stoves down. So I'm collecting them and we throw them in the drying rack next to the big campfire, and that makes them preserved, and we can then use them in recipes in the stove. And we're getting seeds and worker bees and desert berry seeds as well. Okay, now this area where it drops back on the cliff here next to these two bridges, that's where we're going. We're going up there and we're looking for an ostrich area. I believe it's ostriches. Might be shoebills, I can't remember, but I think it's ostriches. Where we can harvest them for feathers, and that'll allow us to make arrows. There's quite a run up here, and there's a Dafari camp up here somewhere as well, but I can't remember if we come to that first. There's a hyena pup. Now if we had an animal pen built, we could pick that up and capture it. And there's an antelope, which is good food. There's another hyena pup, or is that one following us? Spears for antelopes. If you use a spear on them, they don't run away before you've killed them. Just watch out for hyenas. I can see another pup there, but there's another big one over there. Right, so like I said, we don't want that feral flesh on the ready bar. We're going to have to put the cleaver on there for gathering meat. We'll put those berries down there as well. Number 5 for the cleaver. Let's harvest this thing. It gave us 8 steaks and a gazelle head. Right, now we need to find these birds. It's getting dark. We may need to find a shelter or a safe spot to spend the night if the dark arrives. If it does, what I'll do, I'll just jump up on a rock to safety, and there's some ostriches. And if it does get dark, I'll just jump up on a rock for safety and cut that portion of the video out. Yeah. Get the skinning knife out. That gave us 9 feathers. There should be more ostriches around somewhere. And if we take some hyenas down, that'll give us some heavy pelts, which again we can strip down in the armourer's bench to get single hides. There's usually a load of birds around here. Where have they gone? Getting kind of hard to see. It's a bit dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause there. Just take something to eat, regenerate that little bit of health, and I'll wait for sunrise. So I'll see you back here in a minute or two. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Daylight has arrived. Now you can see I put down one of the standing torches during the night just to keep some light around us. To pick it up, press and hold E, choose the pickup option, and it returns to inventory. You can see it there in the number 6 bar in my inventory. Okay, now I'm looking for these ostriches. I can't see them. So where have they gone? There's usually a load down there. You can see hyenas all over the place. There's 2 down under that tree. There's another one up there. This is usually the area where I find lots of ostriches. So let's head back across this way a bit. There's an adult hyena there, so get ready for him. There's ostriches down there in the middle of the hyenas. So let's have the hide off him. Bunch of hyena pelts and some more feral meat. You've got to be constantly ready for combat here. There is loads of hyena pups here, you see. We could capture all of them and put them down as base guards. Or we could kill them and skin them. But we're specifically here for this guy. Youch! That bird was a bit tougher than I expected. Right, we got an egg, a couple of eggs out of him. Now, there's a couple of hyenas here. Probably need to take them down. Come on. Now, we can't harvest that corpse that they were working on. And what I should have done is cooked those antelope steaks. There we are, got a bunch of pelts there. Should have cooked those antelope steaks during the night while I was waiting. But I don't think I had any sticks or wood on me for making the campfire. There's another bird up there. I think it's 3 feathers you need. Come on. Oh, he did it again. Right, now he's just killed a bird for us. But let's get these harvested. And there's some eggs there. So we'll have the eggs. I'm saving up the eggs in the thrall's pot because once we get the stove we get through a lot of eggs. So things like eggs, dried berries, salt, spices, we get through a lot of that. There's another dead bird there. I hear you. All those sorts of ingredients. Oh, where did that bird go? That bird despawned. Damn it. Now, these little hyena pups, easy to kill, and you do get a bunch of pelts and hides and feral flesh from them. Let's keep eating. Let's take a drink as well. We need to recover a lot of that health, and there's cactus here if we wanted more cochineal. We're okay at the moment for cochineal, so we don't need to worry about it. we need more of these birds. Where are they? I'm not seeing very many. Normally there is a load of them over here. I guess the hyenas have become too numerous, and as a result we're getting fewer birds. It looks like there's a camp up there which we may go raid, so we should actually have a weapon out rather than a skinning knife. I'm not seeing any more birds around here. Hyena pups, and that's it. So how many feathers have we managed to get? Let's have a look. 36. Well, it'll let us get some arrows made. It's not as many as I would have liked, but that's just the way it goes. So there's a few Dafari camps dotted around here, and we'll get the exploration points for them. So I'm going to very quickly climb up here. And then we'll climb up that one when our stamina's back. That's it. Aha. Here's where all the birds are. Sensible birds. They got away from the hyenas. And again, we'll have the eggs. Eat another fish. And there's baby birds up here as well. Those baby birds take a bit of killing. Come on. Harvest it. There we go. Got some feathers and some meat off that. Let's get the spear out. There's another antelope there. Could do with the steaks off this antelope. Oh, and he's away. I missed the second shot and it's allowed him to run. And of course, the bird gets in the way and interferes. Where did that antelope go? Don't know. Ouch! He wasn't even looking at me. I'm taking a lot of damage here. There's another one up there right next to the Dafari camp. This is going to be a bit more tricky. What we may have to do is use the bow to get that bird. That brought him across. Good. Oi, come back before that Dafari spots us. Right. Now can we kite her out? Is she a warrior or an archer? That stick got in the way. Right, what's he got on him? At this point we could probably do with taking all of that, and we'll take his hide. We might get some bones out of that. So we're going to raid this Dafari camp, and we'll take all of that. And don't know if we get bones. There we go. They're all over the place. We'll try and swing around and get this guy. Or girl, I should say.
I go to the great feast.
Right, we don't want the stone this time. However, what we could do with is that antelope, if we can get him. Get him without falling over the edge. Cleaver. We're likely to get pestered with archers while we're fighting this guy.
Come into the light, Shy Shadow.
That guy at the campfire's not bothered. We'll just take all of that for now. Take this guy's skin. We need to there's somebody over at the big fire over there, the pit of Yog, and there's this little guy here. So... Oh, and he's a tanner. He's a tanner. We could actually have done with having him, but... In fact, no, we've got a tanner already. We'll loot her completely. And there's a bearer. It's a Sumerian bearer. What's he doing walking through a Dafari camp? That's it. Right. Just have the big sword ready. Take another bite to eat. Take a drink. Take 2 drinks, in fact. Right, so... Any decent... Yes, there's a chest around there. What's in the chest? Right, well, we'll take that plant fibre. We don't need the stone. We'll take the bones. We need them. Water orb, arrowheads, and blood. Now, we're carrying quite a lot of stone, actually. 162 there. And we're out of food down on the ready bar, so let's move those lobsters down. I'll move that food up there for now. We'll drop that severed arm. Move that wood up next to our campfire. Put the stone together, put the orbs together, put the bones together. It just helps us when we come to offload when we get back. Right, now is there another chest? Sometimes there's 2 chests in these camps, and you've quite often got to look around carefully to find them. Sometimes there's also a hero NPC. There's another chest up at the back, look. We'll take the plant fibre. Yeah, we'll take these Dafari weapons, not that we need them, but we'll take the wood. Don't need the stone or that bone shield. We're over encumbered, so we've got to start dropping stuff, and the first candidate to get dropped is the stone, and we're still at 102%, so let's drop all of the stone. Takes us down to 92. Those Dafari weapons must be heavy. 3.28 and 2.52. Not as bad as I thought. The Gazelle head's heavy, but we could do with having one of those for sticking on the wall. Right, so at this point I would normally head back. I just want to have a very quick look at what these birds are circling, if we can get a view on it, because they may have nests here. That could be a shortcut to get back if we can get down safely. I think we can. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't see their nests. There's the Pit of Yog where we talked to Nunu the cannibal. And excellent, that fell off. That one's now dead. We can get the feathers from them. Give us a reasonable amount of feathers. Where did that other one fall down to? Fell down here somewhere, didn't it? There it is. And sometimes your cleaver or your skinning knife won't activate on the corpse, and you've got to adjust your own positioning in order to get access to the corpse or the carcass. Oh, we've got an imp here. Let's go and just take him. Oh, two of them. Excellent. That'll give us a bunch more skins. And a bunch more feral flesh to feed the thralls. So, just harvesting these up with the skinning knife. And that's going to have us pretty near to encumbrance again. Eat something. Take a quick drink, because we're going down to the river anyway. So we'll be able to refill when we get to the river.
Yep.
And there's a friendly shaleback. It's all green. It's got no red bits. That one down there is all green. The one asleep at the nest is red though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duck across this way. Swim across here, refill the water skin and take a drink at the same time. And that's given us a bunch of resources that we needed, especially the feathers that we needed for making arrows, but a load of skins and hides and other bits and pieces, which all help towards filling up the loot chests. We've got exiles across there who I'm not going to grief, but there's a crocodile here that I might just get some more hides to take back now that we're so close to home. Might as well take him down. and if you kill him today he'll respawn tomorrow, so he's a fairly perpetual source of skins and hides and feral meat and fangs. You missed. There we go. Done. And just eat another lobster. So we were short on decent meat anyway. Getting those couple of antelopes and an extra steak or two off that baby ostrich has given us some quality steaks just to improve our food supplies. So this is us back home. Leave your comments and questions down below. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the series. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.